everyone, and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. And today I'm looking at little bits of gossip that Bookworm 2 has found out through her sources. They involve possible selling of Mudslide Mansion. We're going to look at that in this first reading. And then possible move abroad and schooling of Archie in the UK that we're going to look at in the second reading. So, quick taster of this possible selling of Mudslide Mansion. According to these sources, someone was sent by Harry and Meghan to, or acting on behalf of Harry and Meghan, was sent to estate agents to get an appraisal on the house. And so we're going to do a quick look. We're going to use the Grimalkin's Curious Cats Tarot. I haven't used these cards for a while. We are curious, we have inquiring minds, we would like to know what's going on. There has been mention in recent puff pieces of the value of Mudslide Mansion. I remember a figure of 27 million that has been quoted in some of these articles recently. They paid significantly less than that for the property. I think they paid about half of that back in the day. So wishful thinking. We're going to ask how happy they are there, if they really are thinking about selling. We're going to ask reasons why they might be wanting to sell Harry and Meghan individually. Money reasons, bored, homesick reasons, failing to connect with the A-lists in Montecito, feeling left out. That's all possible. We're going to ask why maybe they would be considering selling. And then we are going to ask if they're going to sell, and are they going to win or lose if they sell? Are they going to gain tremendously financially or not? We're hearing endless rumors and speculation about financial woes. So it seems the most likely story or reason behind wanting possibly to sell, or at least getting the house appraised. And you know, this is early days in this story. If there is any truth to this rumor, getting someone out to value your property, of course, is where you start. If you suddenly decide you can't stand it there anymore and you want to leave. So we will ask the cards what they can tell us, and we think we've got the energy. We, of course, have to remind you, it's tarot, it's for fun and entertainment, all speculation, all my opinion. Just read energy and disclaimer in the box below. Let's see if things are on the move there, if Harry and Meghan are on the move. Interesting timing. We've been hearing about summer in Portugal, so there is something going on. And we've heard the schooling in the UK story before. I have read on that before as well. We'll get back to that in the next reading. But for now, the house. 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles is a big money card. It is things, legacy. It's things that you pass down through the generations. It would be a big asset like a house. The 10 of Pentacles, absolutely. For most people, the vast majority of people, their home, their property is where all their money is, basically, for ordinary mortals, of course. And so that is coming through very powerfully. It's a royal family card. There was always murmurings that Pa put down the deposit. The house is in a trust fund. It's not very obviously in either of theirs names. So there is that underlying energy as well. Trust funds, royal family, maybe royal family rearranging finances for Harry and Meghan just down, quietly, possibly. It's not loud energy. I read energy here. It's not the loudest energy. The more what's coming through for me is that this is what Harry and Meghan have as an asset. That's the only thing they really have of value, which is a bit sad when you think that they had that huge Netflix deal, the huge deal with Penguin Random House, the Spotify deal, Meghan and her lifestyle brand, and yet all that they have, in my opinion, is a house. And we have a kind of a house in the background, if you can see it in that card. So let's get to it. What are we dealing with? Heart of the matter. What is the situation? We've got the Ace of Swords, and it's in reverse. The Ace of Swords is a decision card. It's a declaration of intent. It's a new thought. Basically, when it's upright, it's okay. This is what I am going to be focusing on now. This is my guiding point. This is my intention going forward. This is what I'm going to pursue going forward in terms of ideas. In reverse, there is confusion. There is doubt, hesitation about what the correct path forward is. It's giving me strong Two of Swords energy, actually, this Ace of Swords in reverse. They might be hesitant about doing this, and obviously they would be hesitant about doing this. Don't need to be a tarot reader to say that. Lacking direction, lacking focus, not really knowing what to do. And we hear this from people who have allegedly worked for them and then left via various media sources. We hear that they are very indecisive, they change their minds a lot. I'm getting that energy. I'm getting mind changing with the Ace of Swords in reverse. Also, just not necessarily upfront about what's going on when the Ace of Swords is in reverse. There's something maybe a little shady going on in the background that we don't know about yet, and we might find out about in the fullness of time. Let's use that expression. How happy are they in Montecito, in that rather bedraggled house, which has never really seemed to have an upgrade, a makeover, anything like that? How happy are they there? The pair of them together. Knight of Pentacles would indicate they're quite content there, quite happy. This is their forever home. That they're settled there, they're established there. I'm quite surprised to see that. It's very Harry energy. Interestingly, Harry might be less inclined to move than Madame, which is quite strange. I would have thought if either of them was keen to hot-foot it out of Montecito, it would be Harry, not Madame. But his energy seems like, yeah, I'm happy here. I can stay here. I'm not in a rush to leave. It could be also just a general sort of indolence from him, that he's not the mover and shaker. He's not the one that decides things. She is. But that could also be coming through that Knight of Pentacles. So is there a thought even of selling? Have they entertained the idea? Nine of Pentacles. Someone has. It's not Harry. Does Harry even know? Because the Nine of Pentacles is the single lady, the independent lady. Wow. Wow. It looks like the energy is coming from her. And we have Pentacles and Pentacles and Pentacles on this table. The Ten of Pentacles, the prime asset, the big money. Harry, Knight of Pentacles, a bit slow, not really figuring out what's going on. Quite happy there. Content. Apparently likes walking the dog, likes going to the beach, likes, playing in the garden with the kids. She's the one. She's the one who wants to be free. She wants to be independent. I don't think it suits her Mudslide mansion. I think it's mocked too much, that shabby kitchen that she has to do her Instagram reels in because she can't afford to hire the house down the road where they filmed with Love Megan. And that kitchen, you can't disguise that kitchen. It always looks outdated. It's very obviously that kitchen, and I think she can't stand that kitchen. That's what's coming through for me. So I think that she's the prime mover, in this. Reasons. So if Harry were to leave, why would he? But doesn't look like he wants to, but let's see. We got the Empress in reverse. That's because Megan wants to leave. It's her doing. It's not his. Empress in reverse. That's because she is unhappy there. She rules the roost, the Empress, of course. She's in reverse. She's not satisfied with her lot in life there. It hasn't worked out the way she thought it was going to work out. They haven't got the private jet, the helicopter. They're not having the parties with all the A++ list people. They didn't make it to the Bezos wedding, and I think that she is the one that wants to go. So let's look at her energy. Why would she want to be leaving? She's Five of Swords. Yeah, you see, this is her energy. She's the one who's dissatisfied. It hasn't stacked up. It hasn't met expectations. A lot of conflict around the situation. She's probably fallen out with everybody in the neighborhood. We don't see her with any of those old friends, the Gayle Kings and the Oprah Winfreys and the Ellens. I know Ellen's left the US. And Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom and all of them. She's tried to pretend she's friends with Gwyneth Paltrow. Hasn't worked out. Jennifer Aniston, she tried to force that friendship on Jennifer Aniston. Didn't work out. Fighting. It's got a bit of that gloomy kitchen vibe. Interestingly, that Five of Swords. She's the one who's restless and dissatisfied. And that's, I would say, pattern in her life, that she quickly gets restless and quickly gets dissatisfied with things and wants to move on. She has that kind of restless energy. It's not Harry's energy. Harry is Knight of Pentacles. That's who Harry is. Happy to follow. She's the one who's going to lead. And she's the one, Empress in reverse, who is not happy there. Mostly I'm getting because of not settling in with people and making friends with people that she thought she would. So are they going to sell? What's going on there? Got the Ten of Wands. It doesn't look like it's going to be easy. The house is becoming more and more of a burden. That's what the Ten of Wands tells me. That maybe the upkeep is becoming more onerous. The financial implications, paying back the mortgage. There are very heavy property taxes, as I understand it, on that property in Montecito. That maybe they're struggling to pay the security, all the rest of it's getting to be a very heavy burden. She is the one carrying that burden. It's interesting that the royal family bled through a little bit in this Ten of Pentacles, but this is all on her. This is all on Mama Cat over here, Ten of Wands, who showed up in the Empress in reverse. This is not Harry's burden. I don't think Harry even really gets money and bills, and if you don't pay, there are consequences. I don't think he understands that. Most of us, the vast majority of us, live with that thought in our minds just about all the time. How am I going to pay this? How am I going to pay that? Who's going to pay this? What happens if? That's a constant background noise in most, or foreground noise in most people's minds. And even if not for oneself, then for children, parents, friends, even people in community. Worry. Not the has-been, but definitely Megan. If they sell in the near future, would it be for a loss or a profit? Ooh, we've got the Devil. And the Devil is in reverse, which is getting rid of something that is burdensome, toxic. I don't see that they would make a profit with that card. That tells me that they've got themselves into a mess with this house. Because the Devil is, you get chained to something that is toxic, that's difficult, that's causing conflict, and that brings out the worst in you, really. And that house, which they thought was going to be, well, she thought, because she thought with her her greed, in my opinion. That's the wrong word, but she didn't understand money and class and things like that. So she saw a property like that and thought, now I'm going to be moving shoulders with the rich and famous, until she actually rubbing shoulders. And then when she actually was rubbing shoulders, she realized how far behind they were financially, she and the has-been. I don't think she quite got it either. The both of them messed up a bit with that house. In my opinion, Devil. motivated by toxic ambition, obsession, unhealthy competition, any of those things is in the devil energy. Shedding that, freeing themselves, freeing herself. She might just be freeing herself from more than just the house with that devil card in reverse. She might be freeing herself from the has-been as well. Has-been seems blissfully unaware. Look at him over there. Got no idea what's going on. And I shouldn't laugh, but sometimes one has to. There might be some deception around how much they sell it for, what actually happens with this property as well, because the devil, of course, is all about lies. So I'm just saying that is my opinion, that might be the case. But I think someone is very unhappy there, and someone wants to be shot of it. That is my opinion. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.